What's up everyone, and welcome to this Sunday evening live stream. What's up, Laws? Good to have you here. And Katisco. I remember there was some way of pronouncing your name which was probably different than I just did, but I forgot now. Well, let's start with what I'm planning to do tonight, shall we? Which is to continue my Megapark, which I started last week. Let's open it. There we go. Stream Megapark. Now, do you guys remember this? I hope so, at least. It's only been a week. What's up, Ceaselessly and Salmonella? Let's go over what we had for a bit, shall we? We had this nice wooden coaster called Jungle Rumble. We have this, accelerator, kind of future-themed ride. It's the LIM launch coaster. We have a portal cart, which teleports. Then we have this big floorless coaster in the forest called Treehouse Madness. We have some Titanic business with the ship, the boats, and well, the Titanic and the Titanic rescue mission. Then we have the spooky motion simulators. The big Mamma Luigi spaghetti. Someone asked for Roman fanfare music. I can put it on this. New emotes, yes. 4 RCT faces and my face. The Roman fanfare style. Is that a thing? Yes, it is. What does it sound like? That's pretty nice. What are the stats? It's 8.76, 8.64 and 4.05. Which is pretty good. Then we have the yin and yang Ferris wheels. And some more flat rides, which aren't that important, but they look nice. Yang has broken down, that's a shame. Let's enable some cheats, shall we? Disable plants withering and let's disable rain. And I don't like rain. So let me check, what are we charging for the entrance? 50 bucks. Can we charge more? Can probably charge 60. Oh yeah, right. The issue with this park was that we're constantly on the soft guest cap limit. Oh, sup, F-Jacked. I'm doing well now. Let's build a ride, shall we? Whenever I build a Megapark, I hit the ride limit and can't build anymore. Yeah, that is a shame. But yeah, when I hit the ride limit, you know, I'll stop because I can't build anymore. That's just, you know, that's the reality of the game. So, let's build a junior coaster. We don't have it. We don't have one yet. And let's build it, you know, I don't want to build it too compact. I don't really like compact junior coasters most of the time. So let's make it, yeah, let's do a small turn. I'm about to play some RCT3. Have fun. RCT3 is surprisingly fun when I picked it up again to play on stream. And yeah, it was a lot more fun than I expected, to be honest. You know, now what? Let's go this way. Now we can have some last final turn thingy. Need to keep some space for the path here. It didn't age well, no, but it does still have some nice things. So yeah, it's a fine game. I'll say that. Let's do a photo. It can't do a photo section. That's a shame. Alright, a nice, small, somewhat compact, but not very compact junior coaster. Oh, thank you very much, Waffles. Level 3 even. I think that's the first time someone's done that. Wait, is it me or are the chat and the alert box not on screen? Oh. Oh right, they're still in the other positions. They're still in the RCT3 positions. Let me change them. I was looking in the wrong position for the alert box. There we go. Now they should be in the correct position. Let's actually move this over one piece. I did not want to do that. There we go. Make it do some music. And now let's theme it. That's always fun. So, what are you guys thinking? What kind of theme? Maybe a snow and ice theme, or a mining theme, or a theme we've already done. How about candy themed? I think I need Wonderland for that as well. That's not a bad idea. Let me just get Wonderland in that case. I'm doing pretty well. Okay, Shizzle. I had a couple of rough days before this. Which is also partly why I'm behind on uploading all the previous 2 streams to my second channel. But I'm doing well now. Hey, and I see that the automatic notification for my Discord server also works. It's, what, 8 minutes late, but it works. Okay, let me get the Wonderland theming. Alright, what can I miss? Let me see. What won't I use? I I've already used most of the. I don't think I'll use the mining theme too much, or quite a lot of the castle theming. I don't think I'll use the castle theme. So I can disable that, and then I can enable the Wonderland theming. Too many objects in this group. How many? Well, I have the candy tree, so I think it's... I'm missing some of the marshmallows, though. Yeah, I kind of want those. So let's go back once again. Let's disable another theme. I kind of have too much. What if I disable the mining theme? I probably won't use that really. Mining theme. Where's the mine theming? And then Monorail theme is re-enable that. Oh, I still don't have the mints. Where are the mints? Or are they not in giant candy because I had too much when I selected that? Let's see if that works. If I disable Wonderland theming and enable giant candy. There we go. That's what I want. Yes. Yeah, it's a separate theme, but they weren't here, so I thought they might be at Wonderland, which is why I was confused. But I have got them now. Yes, Unclear Hate, that's quite a nice name. Thank you. I did not come up with it though. It was both a friend of mine, the same one who edits my highlights videos and made the outro music. And some other people on the Discord suggested it as well. I don't think you can remove an object from your invention list if you've already used it. You can remove the theming, but then the object you've already used stays if it's in the theming. Alright, let's make like a candy tree forest thing. Because the limit of 128 objects, different kind of objects, it's a hard limit. As of now, if you want to be able to save your park, as far as I know, you can't subvert it. Okay, now a lot of these. This really is just a Candyland with the same as ours, but with different kinds of trees. And a giant chocolate bar. Imagine if this chocolate bar was real and it was this large. And imagine if it was all yours. You would be set for probably at least a year. They're already working on the new save format, and I believe it's called the Dot Park, which is pretty nice. Alright, let's put defenses here as well. Because there is not like a candy style entrance building. Those object limits have always been a nuisance. I agree. But considering the time they come from, I don't really mind. Like the fact that it's from 1999. Let's have some different colored gumdrops, shall we? Let's make these. Let's make a. Nah, we already have pink. What color don't we have? I suppose we don't really have green yet. Greetings, welcome, Sir. I suppose we don't really have like brighter red yet. But let's do orange. Yes. Oh no, if the game was made in 2020, there would be no limit, or the limit would be so high that it would essentially be limitless. What's up, Dutch Terminator? Welcome to the stream. So, for all the Americans among us, how was your Thanksgiving? I hope it was good. And Canadians too, I suppose? Well, I'm not sure if those two are on the same date. It's a week earlier. It was fine. Yeah, under COVID, it will of course never be great. Oh, last month. Yeah, I don't really keep up with that. Good to hear, Kev1 Fire. That was nice. Delicious. Okay, I think this is just about enough candy theming. Apart from one little detail, which is the color scheme, because brown is not very candy-like. Now, is it? Let's make it wacky. Let's make it just bright colors. Ooh, yes. And now if we use an alternative color scheme, this is gonna be fun. It's already fun, but this is gonna be more fun. Make this blue and like this regular icy blue. Ooh, no, that's not right. We did this the other way around. Yes, that's better. Well, I suppose then we should make this ice cream as orange. Will this have candy style music? Yes. Of course. Let's paint some random things. I'm kind of skipping all the supports, which is not great, but I want them to be green. Come on. I'm trying to click on you. Work with me here. There we go. And lastly, the trains. Yeah. Can you name this coaster Dentist's Nightmare? Alright. And of course, candy, candy, candy. I still love this music, it's just great. Yes, I'm still studying AI in Groningen. And groetjes back to Canada. Different colored trains or vehicles. I can do that. Let's do different colors per train because I'm too lazy to do all the vehicles. Alright, is there like any color we have? Don't you? Not really. Let's just make it light blue, I suppose, with green. Yeah, that'll do. Montreal says hi. My brother spent 6 months in Montreal once. Like 4 years ago or something. He was there for his bachelor. Let's build a path around it. Vancouver. I don't know a lot about Vancouver. Except, of course, the Olympics in 2020, which I follow the speed skating part of quite closely. Although the speed skating was in Richmond, which is, you know, very close to Vancouver. Alright, let's do some benches and of course the bins. As far as I know, Vancouver is basically American Seattle. I don't know a lot about Seattle as well. I know where it is. I know it has a stereotype of always being rainy. And I know that there's the Space Needle there. And that's just about it. Oh, and that iCarly lived in Seattle. You know, I want to enlarge the chocolate bar. It's not big enough for my tastes. There we go. Now that's a big chocolate bar. Yeah, let's calculate roughly how much this is. A tile, it can vary in length depending on what kind of calculation you use. But generally, it's on average about 4 meters. And I believe, yeah, this is 5 by 3. So that's 20 by 12 meters. Which is 240 square meters. And I think if we take the height of a guest, the top is about half the height. Which means the average height is probably about 70 centimeters. So this is roughly about 160 cubic meters of chocolate. Which is a lot. You can last quite a while with this. Someone wanted a water ride. So, let's go for a water ride. The stone terrain paint might look like a foil wrapper. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, we got money. Like if I do it all around. Maybe. It's, I suppose, yeah. Good enough. Alright, let's do a log flume. Well, Python, when I upload the Megapark, I will just upload the save as well, and you can just open the save and save all the rides, because if I have to save every ride and upload them and provide download links for all of them, that's eventually gonna be a lot of rides. Didn't we already have a log flume? Apparently not. Must be from a different stream, what I'm remembering. You know, let's turn the peeps around. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stream for today, because I am fairly tired. Didn't have the best of nights. But we'll see. Let's actually make them turn again. And again. And again. So now they're nice and dizzy. What's up, Identity? How you doing? My problem when building log flumes and river rapids and the like is that I'm usually treating them too much like a coaster. In a real river rapid often has quite a lot of flat bits where not a lot of happening. in between the exciting bits, and I'm usually avoiding those at all costs pretty much, which is not how you build a realistic river rapids or log flume. Then again, I'm not known for my realistic rides, so I suppose that's fine. Still photo section, shall we? And then a little... You know what, let's start with a drop. We can edit through terrain. Do you plan on making a ghost train ride with the little doors and such? I wasn't planning on it, but then again, I'm not planning anything in this park, so... Sure. Should be fun. Yeah, your scenarios especially, they discourage realistic builds, which are next to impossible goals. And again, that is one of the most fun parts of the game for me, so I'm not complaining. Alrighty. I think the logistics of this one are set up now. Let me take a drink. I'm kinda thirsty. Can you put the splashdown sections above water so it looks like they splash down in a lake? Sure. Let's see. Actually, I need to be one. Well, I could do this, which is not all that great looking. It's fine, I suppose. Like if I did 0 clearance, could do this. No, just underwater. Which is a kind of different experience, I suppose. But it's also ugly, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Do the queue. What's a queue? Do the guests drown when they go through? No. When they're inside rides, they're immune for everything. Wait, actually, this is not what I want. Except crashes, of course. And if there's one, actually two smaller. No, wrong one. This one, yes. This is what I wanted. They're not immune to boredom, but it won't kill them. Let's make this one just regular themed. Just, you know, bit of trees, bit of water, maybe a fountain. Not everything needs to be heavily themed. Lower the game down, sound a little bit down, even more. I can't really increase the sound of my voice, it's already at max. I want to go to options. This is a bit softer. The thing is, volume balancing seems to be really difficult because right now I'm at 2% on my computer when the volume is at 50, and I've done streams before when people wanted me to turn it up when it was at 4%, which is really strange to me. And now it's even lower than 2% because I just lowered the in-game sound from within the game itself instead of just via my computer even lower. And I also I don't hear what you guys hear. For me the in-game sound is much louder. So I can't really lower it based on that either. So I'm glad for any feedback, you know, during a live stream that I get. Because it's kind of a guess in the dark for me. Some reeds would work well. Finally a place where they fit naturally. Didn't I do that a while ago? As well? Like, did I do it? No, there are no bushes here. Then that must have been like a couple of streams ago. Dolphins, because water. I remember you saying in a few of your videos that you weren't really that good with aesthetics, but you're doing pretty well. Thank you. I try my best. The reeds, yeah, the bulrushes. It's louder because your park is so huge. That might, yeah, that's probably it. I don't really recognize that myself. I don't really hear the difference. Although that huge, I've built bigger parks in live streams. They're not as detailed visually, but they've been bigger with more rides, more guests. So it's still a bit of a mystery to me. Let's do a dolphin fountain. This is kind of, yeah, a bit the classic RCT1 scenario theming. Except the reeds, I suppose. They don't really fit the RCT1 vibe. You know, if we place some hedges here. These are still the best hedges. Nothing better than these light green thingies. So, well, there are only 2 hedges. We don't count the one with the fence, so... The conifer hedges are a bit... Well, they're just dark and gloomy. The water spray fountains aimed at the guests as they go by. That's not a bad idea. We can actually do that here. There we go. Looks pretty decent actually. Ooh, I know something fun. We can do that here. I'll make a little bit of a thing. Let's hope guests won't get too lost on that. Jumping fountains! Oh yeah. Gotta love me some jumping fountains. Do guests always pay once they leave the ride? They're buying a photo. That's the money thing. The rides are free otherwise in this park. Alright, what else can we add here? Maybe a couple of flower beds? Or no, a clock. Because why not? I wonder, will this clock actually change time? Does it? I don't think it'll be animated. I've never checked it, to be honest. Jumping fountains are cool. Yes, they are. I would say I underuse them. I very rarely build them. Oh yes, these kinds of gardens look nice. Or flower beds is what I like to call them. They're just all called gardens. How lazy is that? Like you have a clock and then gardens, 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 all right to the end. This is the laziest naming I've ever seen. Do jumping fountains have any benefits? I believe it's possible for guests to have a thought that the jumping fountains are nice. Which is a positive thought, which gives a positive influence on your park rating. Or, well, not directly, but it makes your guests happier, which in turn has a positive influence on your park rating. So, yes, very indirectly it can have a positive effect. But, yeah, I wouldn't really say it has, to be honest. I'll show the stats in a moment, by the way. So my answer will be no, it has no tangible positive effect. Alright, let's look at the stats. 4.37 excitement, 2.53 intensity, and 1.21 nausea. Which is, well, I believe just very standard for a log flume. There's nothing special about it. Oh, what's up, Kolako? Or, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but welcome to the stream. Do you guys remember? Well, you guys probably do remember. There was a while when I broke my record for the longest ride a couple of times. I went from what was it? To 32 days, to 12 years, to 45 years, to 135 years. The videos all did great. And at a certain moment I was trying to continuously break my record. And I actually did try these reverse tables, because the log flume is very slow. And in the reverse table it is standing still for quite a bit. And this was before reversing rides were a thing, because OpenRCT was broken on that when rides went backwards. It turns out that it's just faster than a train going at 1 kilometer an hour. But it's not by much. So I was imagining there's a huge log flume of just these things. Which would be very insane. It would take forever to build. So thankfully I did not have to do that. Because with the special elements the scripting is kind of complicated sometimes. But it does take a long time if you have a lot of these. Also, good to see that you can finally make a stream, Sunlit Fable. Good to have here. So, let's add the benches and the bins so that we don't forget. And let's add then, after that, some stalls. And meanwhile, why don't you guys pick another coaster for me to build. Discuss among yourselves. Debate. What coaster should I build next? The ghost train, that's not a coaster. I saw someone say Mobius coaster. Transport ride through the park, also not a coaster, although it's not a bad idea. It can be if you make it tall enough. Yeah, but I'll have to brake before every turn, otherwise it'll go off the tracks. Inverted mini coaster. Please, no. Don't make me do that. Could you combine the ghost train idea with the transport ride? Technically, yes. You could have a coaster act as your transport ride. That's not impossible now. Oh wait, inverted hairpin. Yeah, that would be alright. I thought you meant like the inverted flying mini coaster, which, please no. I do agree with what someone said. Transport later, because the park's not that big yet. I believe 2 people have said Corkscrew, which is what I might be going for in that case. Or inverted hairpin. You know, I'll do both. A corkscrew and an inverted hairpin. Let's go for that. And then after that we'll do some different kind of rides that aren't coasters. Let's do one of these. One of these. A fruity icy stall. And a sunglasses stall. And a t-shirt stall. And let's make the color a bit different. What color don't we have yet? That's a bright yellow. Alrighty. Actually, before I do that, I want to add just some trees. Because we got some empty bits here. Let's just add some random-ish trees. To make it a bit more feel like an actual park instead of just a bunch of themed rides. It's not perfect, but it's alright. It's at least better than just an empty area. Let's just make a multi-dimensional Mobius inverted powered lay down corkscrew hairpin coaster. That's gonna be interesting. You would ride it. You would be sick before the ride would even start. So that's not a great idea. Let's start with the corkscrew because that was suggested first. And after that I'll do the inverted hairpin. Or as I used to call it, up until a few years ago, the inverted hairpin. For some bizarre reasons I have no idea really. But I did. Let's build it on this side because this side is less built up yet. Let's do something interesting. Let's do a very steep chain lift. Or as I like to call it, I think in my videos I called it ultra steep. I'm not entirely sure. It's very steep. I wonder if Open RCT is ever going to include having sort of a picnic area for empty plots of land. Never say never, but I don't think that will be on their priority list. I think I want to turn here. Also, I just want some award. What did I win? Tidiest park. Nice. I like having that award. You just said it twice? No idea what you're on about. Never say never. Oh, very funny. Let's do a half loop. We have a comedian in our middle, everyone. He's called Max Arceus. Also, you can now react on him with some new emojis that we have. We have 5 custom emojis. 4 different guest faces and my beautiful face. Or actually just my profile picture. Imagine if it was actually a photo of my face. I mean, my profile picture is drawn based on my face, but it would be quite disturbing if it was an actual picture. Ooh, yes, this fits greatly. Is that even a word? Greatly? Well, it's a word now anyway. Oh, I like this. Yes, I do. And I'm gonna go around and then looping here and then a bit of fiddly stuff here. Yes, that'll fit nicely. We can do this and then I think a photo. Yes. Then we'll go up. Actually, let's go up like this and then down. I hope we're not going too fast there. Well, we might be though. We'll see. Is it possible to interlock a looping between the half loops? You mean like right in this point on the corkscrews? If so, yes. But I'm not going to, because then I would need to like put some boosters in between and wouldn't really fit the ride, so to say. But you could. Definitely. Oh, this doesn't fit. What if I go this way? No, that doesn't fit either. What if I just go up here and then the other way around? And then go down again. The track is kind of glitching inside itself here, but that's fine, that's fine. The guests won't feel a thing. And let's do some brakes. And some longer station to make sure we'll get 2 trains. Maximum speed on the chainlift and let's follow the train. I am kind of worried about lateral G's in some spots. Alright, the corkscrews are absolutely fine. Yeah, this is also no problem. It's not even getting 100 kilometers per hour anyway. Alright, yeah, that first slope turn is definitely too fast. Yeah, all the stuff is all perfectly fine. Oh, what's up, Lil Gangle? Welcome to the stream. So, if we look at... Oh, the graph didn't really go. Holy lag. This is only by a factor of 4. Yeah, 3.15 Gs. That's not okay. I can fix that now. There we go. They should fix it. While it's still testing, again, what do you guys want me to theme this and call it and, you know, all that jazz? Let's raise the price of the park to 80. It's very blue. Maybe call it azure. That's not a bad idea. I can of course also change the colors if there are better ideas. But I could make it kind of a blue icy theme. Oh yes. Ice and azure. Is that the correct pronunciation of that word? No idea, but that's fine. I'll make it like different blue in that case. This is a lot better. Now I'll make the trains icy. Yes, 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 yes. That's perfect. Azure. That's a nice name. Let's open it. Alright, this is gonna be expensive, boys. Oh no, that's way too big. There we go. Let's make it a bit of like a natural shape. Like that. Because natural shapes are better than rigid shapes in these kind of cases. Côte d'Azur. It can be, but Azure, I think that's generally just a color, right? And for me it fits in icy situations as well. I love this snowy cabin. Log cabin it's called. I love this scenery item. I think it's beautiful. Kind of reminds me of the ones that Bob Ross used to paint. Ooh, when you're zoomed in, this border is not very nice. Look at that difference. What are the stats? I'll look at that after I'm done with theming, but they're definitely good enough for the guests, considering that queue line filled up rather quickly. Actually. Alright, we'll make a couple of, you know, just small hills. And I'll make a pond somewhere. I think we can make this one taller. Yeah, that fits perfectly. Now we can do a bit of a bigger hill. We can remove that thing for a bit. There we go. Some, you know, fairly natural looking hills. Nothing special. Maybe make the final helix encased in a hill. I don't think that's gonna work too well. Because then the hill would have to be pretty large. And also they're very close together here. So I'm not gonna do that. Those kind of things is I should, if I know beforehand that I'm going to do that, it'll be fine. But I can't do that often later. I can do the brake section, I think. What are the stats? 6.32, 8.63 and 3.97. And it's gonna be closed. Because I want to make a hill and I don't fancy using the tile inspector. There we go. Of course, we'll have to change this as well. Can this corkscrew coaster either have ice style or snow style? That's not a bad idea. Okay, so I won't add Antarctican theming because it has a lot of items and I'm already kind of at the limit for that. I have to manually search them out and it's a lot of work. And it's expansion theming, they're not that great anyway. Ice tile is nice. God, oh, it's not open. Why are we still hearing the damn candy, even when we're focusing on this ride? That's not okay. Change the queue color line to blue. I can do that. Oops. There we go. Oh, and, of course, how could I forget? Snow and ice. Yes. We're not done yet. We've just done the thingies. And now I want to add a thing. A lake. Lakes are nice. There we go. Now that's a thing. Some fountains. Because what's a lake without fountains? You can't have a lake without fountains. Do you have the snowman scenery piece? Yes, I do. And I'll definitely build it. Oh, nah. Oh, yes. Oh, hang on. I need to fix that. There we go. Now that's a perfect location for our ice castle. And I've also spotted a perfect location for the snowman. Right on top of the mountain. And we can add another one right here. And we can add an igloo. And, you know, some snowballs. Who remembers the snowball tower from Amity Airfield with only flat rides? That was pretty great. Ooh, I want to build some wooden post walls somewhere. I just love the wooden post walls. Oh, I can do that here, of course, at the queue line. And well, that's the exit path, but of course also at the queue line. All the way through. Yes, I like that. That's beautiful. It's amazing. Can build them here as well. And one last one, I think. Yes. All the way around. I like that. Yes, there are indeed faces in the snowballs. You're entirely right. Alright, let's now do foresty things. Because trees are always nice. Launch Freefall 1 has broken down. Well, fix it then, you dumb mechanics. I'm not paying you for nothing. I like this. Yeah, I think these rides come out really nice. Can we add floating? What if we make these... Aw. You know what? I can still make them float. We'll get rid of the supports later. It's kind of ugly though. Imagine if you didn't have open RCT2 to get rid of the supports. This is so ugly. All those supports. Tunnel after the last loop. I can't really fit that in anymore. So it's gonna be a no. Show tile inspector. There we go. We'll get rid of all the supports. And then it'll be snowing. That's the wrong thing. Last few. Perfect. Now it's snowing. Let's add a path around it, shall we? Build a snowman twister in the area. That's a good idea. But I do need some flat rides in between every now and then. I'll build it here, so I'll give some more space with the path. That I'll convert to snow later. Right next to the jungle. Oh well, we don't do realism here. Although, to be honest, don't know if any of you have ever been to Wildlands in Emmen, in the Netherlands. It also has the Serengeti and the polar region, whatever it's called, I don't remember, quite next to each other. But it works because there's no actual snow there, which there's plenty of here. Imagine how expensive this would be to maintain actual snow, or even fake snow. How monstrously expensive that would be to maintain for a theme park. Like, you could constantly got to import fresh snow every day, or just put freezing machines below the ground to make the ground cold so the snow doesn't melt. Oh, thank you, Pie Fan. Alright, a snow covered thing. I don't have that. But not for long. There are so many twist variations. These are all the exact same rides with, I believe, the exact same stats. They just look different. I remember when I made my own custom scenarios as a kid, I was quite excited for all these variations of these twist rides. I was like, I'm gonna choose like 5 of them for my ride selection because they all look cool. Now I'm quite jaded. They're all the same. Still look cool though. Let's make it blue as it should be. Yes, that's better. Wait. Oh, it's that color. That's gotta be white. Dubai has a massive indoor ski park. Yeah, but Dubai is pretty much infinitely rich. I mean, it has the Burj Khalifa. It has millions of people living in the in pretty much inhabitable desert. Just because they can. Okay, let's make a thing. Don't forget theming. I wasn't about to forget because I'm gonna make a thing. Okay, this doesn't fit. I need to build normal walls on top of it first. Oh, I believe I've played one in the wrong spot. Alright, these normal walls on top of don't look all that great, but it's alright. And then I can just do... Oh, that's too low. You know, is good enough. I suppose. It's kind of weird. It look. I'm not sure if I like it actually. It's taller. No, this is ugly. It's very ugly. I think I'll just keep it at. No, I'm not gonna do it. It won't work. It was a nice idea, yeah, and I was trying to convince myself that it worked, but it really didn't. So I'm just gonna ditch the idea. That's also one thing that, well, not just me, but a lot of people need to learn, is that a lot of your ideas are just shit, and they won't work. And it's alright to abandon it. And it's easier said than done, especially when you talk about just a city theme park game. But that goes for real life as well. Like, if you're talking in YouTube terms, for example, YouTuber might have a fantastic new idea for... Oh yeah, some wooden fences, I will. Fantastic new idea for a new type of video, and then it gets like half the views a normal video gets with double the dislikes. Because in the end it was in bad taste, or it was just not a great video. And you gotta face that, and then you gotta be like, well, I tried, didn't succeed, that's alright. You gotta try something new next time. Jumping snowball fountains, oh yes, I can place them all around here. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Well, I'll not place them all around, but I will place them periodically, because I also need some spaces for other stuff. Alright, this will be good enough. Could you make the inverted hairpin dessert theme right next to the snow area? Sure. And yes, dessert is your typo, not my reading error. I'll make it dessert themed. You've asked for it now. We already got the giant candy, which gives me a leg up in making a dessert. Could the fountains be vandalized? I don't know. That's a very good question. I'll have to try that sometime. You can very easily test it. Just put a guest on a small bit of path, make it covered in puke, put some benches, see if they get vandalized, and if they do, you know that you've triggered the guest. And then place your fountains. I doubt it. Yes, I can also. Doubt it. You made 20 guest vandals, put them near fountains, nothing happened. Well, there we got our results, folks. They can't be. I like this area. It's another nice area. The park is quite large already. It's growing well. We're also getting poorer, because we have pretty much no influence of guests. You know, actually, let's do this. Let's remove all our guests. And let's advertise. And let's see how much money we make. Because we should make a lot of money from the entrance. Cheating, yeah? Huh? I don't care. I mean, the other... If I wasn't going to make money with the guest, I would just give myself money. I want to play with money because I like to see how much things cost and all that stuff. But I also don't want to have to wait forever just for enough money to come in. Oh. Okay. That's definitely because I removed all the guests. Some of you might think that thank God he removed the guests and saved their life, but no. It's because there was a position where this ride just barely made it. And with the lesser momentum from suddenly not having guests, something happened. And it suddenly didn't make it. Luckily no one died. Because, well, this would only happen without guests. I would just say that the guest fell into the void if the police came. Because in the RCT world that doesn't incriminate me. Okay, let's start building up the hairpin. No, I never use block sections. I can't be bothered with configuring them. Way too much work. The boats are still moving. What boats? I mean, these go by themselves. That's normal. And these aren't moving. It had worked in tests without guests. Yeah, but like it was halfway with guests and half without, and you know, things can happen. I'm not exactly sure. Do much work, says the guy who makes a calculator. That's different, though. That's different. At least that's my argument. I'm not sure why it's different, but whatever. Azaron can't really be arsed to currently learn how to use block brakes. The other day I tried putting a boat hire boat on a dinghy slide, a log flume, a splash boat track and a river rapid. Why do you not recommend? I think I've done that before as well and it went fine. Or maybe I misremember. I don't know. I wonder how fast it's going now. We can do the little back and forthy thing. No, it does not have to fit with the ice theme. This is gonna be a hot desert. Which is gonna be a nice contrast to Azure. And it's gonna be go fast. Gotta go fast, alright? I don't think this is how hairpins are supposed to be, but I don't care. Alright, can we do that? Yes, we can. Alright, yes, guests have to row up the hills. I remember that. So it was fine, as in, it did not crash, but it's not a good ride. Alright, how fast is it going there? Oh, that's perfectly fine. Actually, yes. And this. Then some braquets. So recently I was learning a lot of the biggest cities in the UK. And also Scotland and Wales specifically. And some of the names there. Like, you have Llanelli in Wales, which starts with 2 L's, which I believe is pronounced something like Gnallelli, Nelly, something with a sound at the start. I don't understand Welsh. Or like Cumbran with CWM, but the W is a vowel, but I have no idea how to pronounce it because I don't speak Welsh. So it's not Cum, but I don't know what sound W is supposed to make. And of course there's the infamous Glanverpulgwingil something ending in go go go, which I can just about spell enough to get right on quizzes about cities. You only have to do the first 20 letters, which I do know. That's like the longest place name in Europe. Put the exit at the first station and entrance at the second. It's not a bad idea. It's fun fact that you're telling me this, because this is a tip that I included in my video about how to play more efficiently. And now I'm not doing it myself. I don't think the exit matters though. Because as soon as guests have exited the train, it's fine. New guests can board. It's only the entrance, I believe. And I think the entrance just looks better. The exit just looks better. I don't care that much about throughput in this park. Especially since the rides are not costing money. Ja, Glanverpulgwin Gil Gogerichwin Drobvlantisilio Gogogog. Something like that. I'm pretty sure that I pronounced it well enough that a Welsh person would be able to know what I mean. It's probably not like far from perfect, but well enough. Well enough, or Welsh enough. The best custom designed rides. Yeah, you better give me that award. Because my custom designed rides are one of a kind. They're absolutely peach. Except when I mess up bilateral G's, which admittedly I do a bit too often. What should I make? What colors fit? I like a brown theming. That feels deserty, right? What are the stats? 6.53, 8.24, and 4.67. The nausea rating is quite low on this, if I say so myself. I would have expected something higher than 4.67 on this vomit comet. Someone asked a bit ago if the inverted hairpin was supposed to be an inverted wild mouse, and yes, I think that's pretty much exactly what it's supposed to be. Station cannot be crowded with new guests when not all old guests are out of the exit. I believe that's not an issue. Let's see if we can observe that somewhere where we'll have to wait until the park is more crowded to see if that's true. Because I believe it's not, but you might be right. I am not sure. But first let's continue decorating this thing. If you look at this, I'll make it a bit bigger. All these theming, like these pictograms for the different kind of themes, they all include items that are actually in the set. I'm not sure if you guys have ever looked at that, but these are all in the set. Except the Egyptian one. There is no grey pyramid. Maybe it was grey in some previous, like in a beta version of the game, or they made it grey so that the pictogram looks nicer. Which it probably does. But I think that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna need to make the desert a tiny bit bigger. That's better. Now I can also make an oasis, which someone suggested, I don't remember who. Quite a few comments ago. Let's do some water. I can put some cacti and stuff around it, and palm trees and whatever. I know that's not how deserts actually work, but it's deserty enough for me. Maybe they took the screenshot when the pyramid wasn't placed yet, the ghostly white version. These are not screenshots. The trees don't look like that in the game. Like they look like the actual trees, but these are not screenshots. You know what? Let's change the shape of this a bit more, so that it looks a bit more natural. That's better. Alright, time for some palms. Is there a matching flat ride? There probably is. Like a desert themed flat ride. But I couldn't tell you what it would be. Where's my little palm tree? There it is. Just spam them around a bit. That's good enough. Magic carpet, top spin. Yeah, they're fairly close. I always like a path to ride with sphinxes on both sides. Do I have space for that? I actually can do that. And if I build the path kind of through here, I will also build it around the desert. Let's actually do that first. We do have some space for a flat ride here. I also wonder, is there a desert themed like music for rides? Because I don't know if there is off the top of my head. Egyptian music. Of course. How could I forget? I'm literally building pyramids and sphinxes. And I forget about Egyptian music. Come on. That's just bad. Alright, here we got the judging sphinxes or cats. Like desert cats. Human like desert cats. There we go, that's also connected here. Now we don't have space for a flat ride here anymore, but that's fine. We'll find some other space. Let's do Egyptian music. Oh yeah, this is my jam. We can also make this wood. Actually, canvas tent, that would fit well. I actually like these colors. The dinosaur egg ride visually fits here. Alright. Show no object selection. There we go. That's just the wrong section. Yes, it does actually. Oh, too many rides. Alright, I have a lot of stalls, don't I? Yeah, I've used most of them. Well, goodbye donut and sub sandwich stall. Screw you. I also built a magic carpet. Magic carpet is basically just Egypt. It's just Egypt. Okay, let's do that. I think the colors are fine actually, the basic colors. I'll do a bit more theming as well. So I've built this right. My donuts! It reminds me of the cabbage merchant in Avatar. Alright. We have the rides. Now let's go for more theming. Just random stuff. That's how I theme. And I can do this. Ah, that floats, that's a shame. I'll still do it. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work all that well on the other side. And likewise, if I rotate here, this doesn't work. Let's not do that. Let's just, you know, build random spikes. Name the coaster, I'll do that later. Some hills dunes, yes, that's not a bad idea. But I need to do that before I place stuff, otherwise stuff will disappear, which is not what we want. You should always do this first. But I tend to do the hills after I've built all the rides and stuff, which is not a great idea generally. But I also don't really care. I just do what I want and we'll see if it turns out nice, and all I want is for you to have a good time. And for myself to have a good time, obviously. Which I'm having. Why is it that I can only select 1080p for stream quality? I believe that I have to be a partner for that to be an option for you. I am having the same issues. My laptop is not the fastest and I watch the stream on my laptop, but I don't watch the stream, I only watch the chat, so if I could turn down the quality of the stream, that would be nice. But I can't. I think your park is becoming really nice for someone who says to be bad theming. You're doing really well. Oh, thank you. Although not to, you know, not want to bring myself down. But I'm genuinely not doing much more than spamming random scenery objects most of the time. And it seems to work. Yeah, well, I know that option exists, Tar Ogre. But I also want to, you know, see if the stream's still going on. I don't need to watch the details, but I need to be able to see at least the, you know, what's going on pretty much. Alright, we'll have a circle of these. And we'll actually do some Egyptian lamps here because, well, it's Egypt, isn't it? It's funny how, well, it's called Egyptian theming, but it's pretty much synonymous with desert theming, and which is funny because in this game Egypt is just basically synonymous with desert. Alright, also let's do some benches and bins on the side. Sure, it's not the nano detail with using track pieces as roofs, nor having quadruple layered vault, but I still like it. Yeah, and that's also not something I would want to build. First of all, it takes forever. But secondly, it's not my favorite style. I like the more old school stuff. But even within the old school stuff, you can do a lot better than I do by doing it, you know, more purposefully, I suppose. But this does go to show how expertly designed RCT2 is. Even if you're not doing much on purpose, and you're just trying to, you know, build some fun things. This game is designed in such a way that just works if you just place down scenery. Because, to be honest, a lot of people also, you know, have showed me parks and what do you think about it, and I'm not great and all that kind of stuff. And usually I'm like, well, it looks, you know, it looks perfectly fine. It's not the most detailed scenery work I've ever seen, but it looks fine. It never looks bad. Alright, let me renew the ad campaigns. Let's advertise the new thing. What's it called? Inverted harpin? The cactus on the water. I'll take a look at that in a second. Seems like a lot of trouble messing with the tile inspector and stuff. Yes, although it can give great results. Like I said, it's not my favorite style, but it can make some great looking buildings. Oh right, yeah, this cactus. So props to people who are good with that stuff, and you know, I know how it works. That's one thing. It's a lot of work, and you can get some amazing results, and some people are so very skilled at it. Alright, from this entrance we'll call it the Sahara. From this entrance we'll call it the Kalahari. And from this entrance we'll call it the Atacama. 3 different deserts. Antarctica, that's not a sand desert, that doesn't count. Although it is a desert, but not a sand one. In fact, I believe Atacama is about the most deserty desert on Earth. Like, it's not rained there, like, it's the driest desert on Earth, that's what I meant. Some stone walls, because why not? You know, let's delete them here. Let's do stone walls on the entrance and exits. Because I don't really like them here. Clashing scenery is the only thing that looks bad to me. Yeah, if in this area I put snowy trees and then a bunch of abstract stuff and then some flower beds, yeah, I suppose that would look bad. But you have to do that on purpose. And of course there is, you know, this harsh line, but it's still separated by a path, and I did do this on purpose. What's that weird looking rock in the center? I believe that's what's called a pyramid. You might have heard of it, that the Egyptians built a couple of those. And some more walls for the other rides as well. Basically an alien structure. Yeah, it's about as alien as we can get. Assuming that no aliens have actually ever visited Earth, then the pyramids are about as alien as it gets. Alright, that is all the walls. Oops. That's looking pretty nice. If I say so myself. I like this area. The only thing that I don't really like is where it is in my park, but that'll be fixed once I start building around it. It just kind of juts out. These two areas are so recognizable because the ground is so different. Got to name the coaster, right? Yes. Names. What do you guys think? Any names in mind? Snowball. Haboob. What's Haboob? Like, this is not the snowy ride, guys. This is the desert ride. Ram says Revenge. Darude Sandstorm, yes. Ah, that's a perfect name. Yes. If anyone ever asks a question about this live stream, it'll be the correct answer. We've made quite a lot of money. I'm making about 30k a month from the entrance. With all the advertising and the expensive entrance. We're already at 2,000 guests again. We can probably charge $100 to be honest. Make a long ride and name it my wife? Not exactly sure if I get it. I could make a short ride and name it Astron Bates in the bedroom. But let's not do that. Apologies if that joke was too far. What was I about to do? I don't remember. I was about to do something. What would you prefer to eat? Serengeti spaghetti or Mussolini tortellini? Probably Serengeti spaghetti. I don't think I've ever had a tortellini. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. So I gotta go with the option that I know what it is. So since I've forgotten what I was going to do, let's build a flat ride here. Let's build a swinging inverter ship. Just because we can. And if I make the queue line green, we can kind of extend the jungly area. But they all look nice. Right up to the snow area. I wish, although I suppose that's just me being lazy, that there was like, you know how you have the scatter for the trees, which does this. I wish there was kind of that, but you could include like all kinds of different scenery objects, so that I could rebuild, like extend the jungle with just a few clicks. But like I said, that's just me being very, very lazy. What color is it? Is it bright? No, it's the normal yellow. Alright, this is good enough. Jungle's now extended. Lasagna is definitely noodles. It's just square noodles. They're squares. Very wide noodles. Short and wide noodles. It's all just pasta. It's all the same. Or am I offending Italians now? Alright, I'm gonna make a transport ride. Let's do a monorail, because monorails are the best. Now I'm gonna go make it go underground. I can have a station like here. Okay, I kind of want a station here. But the question is, how well is that gonna fit? I can probably fit in a station here. But then I'll have to remove this path, which I'm actually alright with. But it's there for jokes anyway. So let's just do that and start building here. Because I kind of want the station close to the entrance. Doesn't the excitement rating for transport rides tank when they're built mostly underground? Yes, it does. But I don't build the excitement or the transport rides for the excitement rating, so that's alright with me. Question, guys. Which is better? Macaroni or spaghetti? Discuss. Two for macaroni, 2 for spaghetti. I must say I'm a macaroni guy myself. No, I actually don't know. I don't think I have a preference. I like both macaroni and spaghetti. Although in certain things spaghetti is better and in certain things macaroni is just better. Like spaghetti carbonara is just... it's just god tier. Nothing's better than spaghetti carbonara. And that doesn't work with macaroni. Or at least, probably it doesn't work as well with macaroni. Okay, I'm gonna build a station here. One here and one here. I'm gonna have to go around the pond. And then I'll make it go up here. Like that. Perfect. Okay, how long is this station? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll make this 9 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, then I'll need to go all the way over here. I'll go underground below the already built up part of my area, so that I won't have any issues if I ever, you know, with this thing being underground, apologies, in another area of my park. I've been slowly building up a Megapark on my phone while slacking off at work. I have a lot of respect for people that can actually build things on their phone with the tiny screen, you know? I would not be able to do that. I have fat fingers. And my motor skills are terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I would just not be able to make a park on a phone. The beautiful thing about a monorail is that, same with like with a car ride and Blockflume and stuff, is that you get the number of trains or cars or whatever based on how long the track is and not how long your station is, which is how it works with coasters, obviously. Which is nice because then you have, you know, the station needs to be long enough for one train, but other than that, you can just have a station for one train, make a long track, and then you can have like 8 trains or whatever. Alright, let's get back to base. Where is base? Base is there. Can I go below this water? I can. I'm actually going past it. I'm just skirting around it. Okay, I do have to go around that, which is fine. And there. And we're done. Do that, and the other stations as well. And lastly, this one. I wonder if Marcel actually ever had raw, authentic carbonara before. Real. I don't know. I've had it at a couple of different restaurants. I've made it myself. But I don't know how authentic it is. I wouldn't know if carbonara I make is, you know, it's technically authentic or something. Did you put cream in it? Yes. I make it with oh. Uh-oh. Is that bad? I might have had it authentic in an actual restaurant. I'm not sure. Because I obviously don't know the ingredients there. But at least my way is not authentic then. I use obviously spaghetti, then cream and whipped cream and eggs. Oh, well, it's not whipped yet, but we still call it whipped cream before it's whipped in Dutch. It's the same word. And some cheese, garlic. I'm not sure what the other stuff is called in English. Damn. Alright, can someone translate this for me? Spek and peterselie. I can't get the words. And I can't be bothered. Bacon. How could I not think of bacon? What's wrong with me? Alright, we got 6 trains. Nice. I got that. No, it's not coriander. I'm pretty sure it's not coriander. Because coriander is the thing that some people have like soap, right? That they taste like soap. And I've never heard of that being peterselie. Because coriander is like just coriander in Dutch. Parsley. Yeah, someone else said parsley. It'll be a while before we have the test results here. Weed, yes. As a Dutchman, I put weed in everything. Big Lego. It's actually, yes, big Lego. Because it's little, like, not exactly cubes, but like 2x4 Lego pieces of bacon. So, big Lego, yes, pretty much. Ooh, here we have a train. These steamline trains just look so fantastic, but this needs to be red. Yes, that's better. And this needs to be... Oh, yes, this is the best color combination. It doesn't get better than it is. This is the original. It's also like that here. Oh, actually, this is darker. It needs to be darker. We can build our own pigs if we buy enough bacon. Oh, yes, you can. Not sure about the whole alive thing, because brains aren't made out of bacon. But it'll be a pig. Alright, I've opened that link, RCS, and I'll give it a shot. I'll look at it after the stream. I'll just keep the tab open. Can the trains be made blue and yellow in true NS fashion? Sure. Actually, that's probably better. Ooh. Ooh. That's very yellow. Now, these are NS trains, or should I do it the other way around? Now, they're mostly yellow. Now, actually, I want to show you guys something. Object selection. This is for the Dutchies. Custom. There's like a low floor train, yes. If I build a train, just a simple one. Then I pick the low floor train, swap around the colors a bit. This is pretty much exactly an Arriva train. It's almost perfectly spot on. Except the electricity thingy, because they run on... They don't use the electricity. But other than that, it's uncanny. And it's great if you want to make some like replica of Groningen, where Arriva trains are used by a lot, and Friesland or Frisia. They don't really work in NS colors. I suppose this is alright, but the shape of the trains between Arriva and NS are quite different. And I've looked and there's not really a good NS kind of train. We're already back at 2,700 guests. Just look at this. It's like steep to nowhere, but also quite steep upwards angle. I didn't know that the railway has a subway style train. It's a custom ride design that someone made a long time ago. I have no idea where I got it from. So it doesn't come with the game. Our park rating, it went down with the guests. But other than that, it's been a perfect 999. Nope, I do not have any microcoasters here. In fact, I only charge for the entrance. I do charge $100, and the guests are quite rich. They start with, on average, $500. I've done a little cheaterino there to make them rich. So that I can just start charging more and more for the entrance because I don't feel like micromanaging my rides prices. Are commands on? Oh, I entirely forgot. No, I can enable them for the last part of the stream. I won't enable commands, but I will enable at least that you guys can spawn. There we go, I started it up. Should be starting to work any moment now. Let's see. Is it... It's still connecting. Oh, there's a little error. Well, we'll do that next stream. The commands weren't going to be on anyway. It was only that you guys could spawn. Okay, which one doesn't have an exit line? This one doesn't. You don't build food and drink stalls throughout the park. I do have a few locations, but I should really build one here. But generally I only have a couple of like hotspots. But yeah, I'll build an area here. I think, by the way, that a park like this really exemplifies the beauty of open RCT2. I'm not using a lot of cheats, you know, to give myself money, build extreme rides and all that kind of stuff. But I am building a Megapark and I'm just using cheats to make it more pleasant for myself. Give myself money at the start, disable rain, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that's really the strength of open RCT2. That you just use it in that way. Let's also change the color of the hat. No, actually, let's keep red. Because I don't think we actually have red yet. We've already changed all the other hat stalls that we've built. Yeah, it's a quite big park. And especially, you know what? If this is probably the most detailed I've ever decorated a park in about the last 10 years. I'm not kidding. I've probably built a more detailed, like very small park for a challenge some time along, but if you've actually like a fairly, you know, moderately sized park or larger, I haven't done this in probably at least a decade. Which is so long. And it's a lot of fun to be doing it again. Let me take another drink. Talking is making my throat dry. Ah yes, that water is good. Okay, what's next? I'll look into that plugin, Buster. Oh, thank you, Asumolar. How are the COVID times treating you in terms of school? School is doing fine. Uni is all online and AI is, you know, it's okay. It's not doing fine for me, but like with the social aspect, I really miss going to uni. But other than that, it's all going fine. Everything can be easily done online for AI. I do have a hard time with COVID. Like I said, I miss going to uni, and the structure that it gave me is... Why is this stopped? Wait, what? Anyway, the structure that it gave me, all that kind of stuff, is something that I really needed. Thank you so much, Sumolar. Assuming I pronounced that correctly. For all these subs, the gifted subs. So where was I? Yeah, the last couple of days I really wasn't doing well. But I went to my parents' place last night, and I got back home like an hour before the stream, half an hour before I started the stream. And it was great, it was just what I needed, a bit of reconnection. You know, all that kind of jazz. It just wasn't doing me well. And I was a bit not well mentally, but I'm doing better now again. Okay, let's build some bit of flat rides here. No, actually, let's build the ghost train. That was requested by, I believe, Max Arceus quite a bit ago. Alrighty. Let's make it black already. Ghost trains are supposed to be black. Raise the land first, but I'm not planning to do hills here. Thank you, Burnside, for the sub. Yeah, you have a jumpy guest. Actually, I don't think I'm going to raise this at all. Or actually, no, I can do one hill. I'm already kind of theming this in my head, which is something quite new for me. It's not something I usually do, but I suppose with all the theming now, it's something, well, yeah, that I'm kind of learning to do again, which is pretty great. Yeah, you spend too much time at the computer and it's not nice. Also, yesterday morning I got out of bed at 1 PM, which is the latest I've gotten out of bed in years. So that wasn't great. Let's actually do a tunnel here. But this morning it was quite a bit earlier. It was, I believe, like 8:30. Which is also one reason I went to my parents, because I knew they would have breakfast on Sunday fairly early, which would force me to get out of bed early. And it worked. Which is also a reason that I'm tired now, because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, because I didn't become tired early enough. It's not very long, but it'll be spooky. My sleep schedule's never been better. Due to COVID and no travel time, I still have work at the same time, so I just get up every day at the same time. If you're able to do it like that, that's perfect. And a lot of people are with you. But a lot of people are also students, like me. Or like YouTubers who can keep their own schedules, or, you know, self-employed. And for those people, it can really suck. And I have Asperger's, and I have low intrinsic motivation, and I have trouble motivating myself to do basic stuff often. Which is not helping me in this corona time. Oh, right, that's the thing. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're all dead. Let's put a break section here. Which is funny, because like 1.5 weeks ago or something, I was watching Cody Watkins' stream. And he's a really funny guy. But he was building a ghost train, and at some point I was just like, that's gonna crash, mate. And he was like, really? Let's test it. It was crashing, it was obvious. But now that I'm building one myself, I'm just completely forgetting about it myself. It just... the irony of that. Alright, now it's even simpler. But it'll get spooky. Now the ghost train can have real ghosts. Just like Hogwarts. Let's make it dirty again. Just like this area. It'll be, you know, fairly similar. You know, I'll actually extend it a bit to here. Is RCT3 worth playing? Yes, definitely. Don't get too hung up on all the graphics that haven't aged too well. I'm gonna extend this. It's just a really fun game. And sure, yeah, it's not as good as RCT2, and it never will be. But it's still a great game. And graphics aren't everything anyway. Alright, now it's a bit bigger. Holy trains, there's a lot of cars. I'm already looking forward to the squeaking of the tiny doors. Let's start then, shall we? What if I built them in front of this? Okay, that looks kind of ugly. I can make a tunnel here. I'm not really hearing it though. It's not making a sound. Also, this needs to be differently colored because this is not spooky at all. That's better. Oh yes, black. Black. No windows. No light, just darkness. Eternal darkness. Which is one of the best Winter Sun songs. There we go. When you're inside there, it's so dark, you can't even see your own nose. I have no idea. what I'm on about. Let's build another tunnel, which is slightly smaller and has windows this time. So, let me reposition these. You ever considering playing a multiplayer game with people on your own stream? Well, I've done this before actually, and I wanted to do it again, but last times I tried, I couldn't. It just didn't work. I tried multiplayer for RCT2, but somehow I couldn't make a server. I should try again, because it's been a while since I last tried. And that was lots of fun. So yes, I would absolutely do that. There's of course also Among Us, but that doesn't really work on stream with, you know, stream sniping and that kind of stuff. So I suppose Among Us is not really going to be it. Also, if I would ever play Among Us with people, I would definitely want to be in a voice chat with them on my Discord server. I don't want to only be able to type, because that's just shit. And also not a lot of fun for the stream. Let's open this, shall we? The cars are going pretty much as often as possible, and there's still an abundance of cars in the station. That's just too many. Alright, let's make some graveyards, shall we? Let's mix up the gravestones a bit. There we go, a big old graveyard. You know what? Some stones are also missing. That's more realistic, ain't it? Build a haunted house. There you go. Graveyard monument, haunted house. Actually. Haha! Double Mr. Bones. I'll build an actual haunted house. Don't worry. Another streamer I follow does Among Us with subscribers. They're pretty good at not stream sniping. Yeah, I would imagine if people like actually paid money to subscribe, then they probably respect it enough to not stream snipe. So I suppose we could arrange that. If you want to like have a chance to play that with me, you have to join my Discord though, which is linked below the stream. And also, let's see, this should work. There we go. I do have a Discord role set up for everyone with a subscription, but for that to work, you do need to connect your Discord account with your Twitch account. And that's the only way that I can know that you're a subscriber on Twitch. So you will have to do that. And a row of skulls, because why not? Some more gravestones. Yeah, and then a small graveyard here. Pretty much random stuff, to be honest. That's what I'm good at. Randomly placing stuff and hoping it looks good. Before I go on, let's build the haunted house. Alright. No more right. We need to decorate this a bit more. I also need to build a path around it. Do a fire section and an over water section. I don't think that fits here too. I can do fire, but not really water. Would Phasmophobia be a game you'd be interested in playing with subs? Maybe. I have never heard of that game. So that's why I said maybe. There we go. Through the fire and flames. It's a multiplayer horror game where you hunt ghosts. I'll look into it. Ah, sub-Pauloons. Good to see you here. I think this ride is about done. It's amazing how much just the ground, just painting the ground can do for the look of an area. It's just the color. It's not a theming or anything, just the color, but it does so much. Okay, I'm not exactly done yet. Where's the spooky? Where's the spooky? Here's the spooky. I want some more gravestones. 'Cause why not? It was a bit empty here anyway. Minecraft subscriber server. Maybe sometime in the future. We'll see. Let's build some benches. And some bins. Of course as well. There we go. And then I think this section is about done. Apart from the name. What do you guys think? This ride is only popular with ghosts. It's empty. Well, the stats are quite normal for a ghost train. Ah, is it just me, or is there a visual glitch right through, like a very thin visual glitch line right through the center of my screen? And now it's gone. What if I open this again? Ah, yeah, there it is again. Like, as soon as I move, the line of pixels right on the left side of that thing stays what it was when I opened it. That's an interesting visual glitch in the game. That line's been there the whole stream. I hope not, because I hope at least only when I open this. Mr. Bones mild ride, Mr. Bones glitchy ride. Haunted graphics. I like Mr. Bones glitchy ride. Mr. Bones. Glitchy ride. Because for me this is the first time I'm seeing this. But apparently it's been here the whole stream, which makes sense. Because if I do it with this, it actually doesn't happen. Wait, what? Oh, but now it does. When I zoom in, it does. If I zoom in even more, it's really obvious. Interesting. What I've noticed, the difference between today and last week in this park is that today we've definitely done a lot more heavily distinctly themed areas. Which is fun. How many rides do we have actually? We have 28 rides. And a total of 45 stalls. If we continue on this ratio, we won't even have 100 rides at the end of the park. Because of all the stalls. Blockflume is making a lot of profit. From just ride photos. Alright, which rides had the most riders? It's still Jungle Rumble, but Mama Luigi Spaghetti. Sorry if that's offensive to any Italians. Mama Luigi Spaghetti. Has nearly caught up. Jungle Rumble, hasn't that been broken down for ages? Probably not, but it's quite unreliable. What's the most unreliable park in the game? Or in the park? No, most unreliable ride in the park. Shrek 3! It's this thing, which is the most unreliable ride in the park. Alright. Let's double close it. And let's refurbish it. That's what Shrek does. And Mama Luigi Spaghetti. It's also down a lot, so let's refurbish that as well. It takes a lot of power to render Shrek in all three-dimensional glory. I would not want to see Shrek's glory. If you know what I mean. It's all ogre now. Have you guys seen that video? It's kind of disturbing. Alright, this is good enough for now. Are there two entertainers fighting to the death? Yes. A knight and a tiger. Looks like one wheel's slightly bigger. The white one, right? The one with the white on the outside. That is an illusion. Because right now, the other one looks bigger. What's the story with the entertainer and guest? It's not a guest, it's two entertainers. It's not a story, it's just, you know, someone asked me to do it. So I did, I made some invisible path here, so they're walking around on that. We have some other fun things as well. We have some entertainers here in the jungle. A tiger, a gorilla, another tiger, and another gorilla. These details are what make it fun. And this was not possible. Well, it was possible to do with hacks, but in vanilla this is not possible. And before open RCT2, like having them keep in one position like that, that's quite that was quite difficult. But now it's easy. Ooh, there's a train. Nice timing. This is probably still my favorite coaster in the park. Because it's a wooden coaster and, well, that's automatically gives like 5 extra points. just for being a woody. I like trapping entertainers in decorative spots occasionally myself. There's a post on the subreddit, RCT subreddit, which is one of the top posts of all time, like top 20, top 30 or something, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. Which is just entertainers with like raised paths around, and you know, it's called a zoo. Which is, I think, where I first saw the idea of doing that. But I might have already done it before, I'm not sure. Also, I think this is where I'm going to call this stream. Because I'm fairly tired, like I said, and it's been 2.5 hours. So it's been a nice stream. So I want to thank you all very much for watching this stream. You should make a Reddit account, Buster. Reddit is really nice. Especially if you go to dedicated communities like RCT. Avoid the political subs. Yeah, we've done some nice progress. What have we done? We have built the candy coaster. We have built Azure. We have built the Monorail. We have built the Root Sandstorm. We have built Mr. Bones' Glitchy Ride. And we have built the log flume. And of course, you know, some stalls and stuff, but that's not that important. That is 3 coasters, 2 other track rides. And they're all fairly heavily decorated, which I like. So, like I said, I want to thank you all very much for watching this stream. Oh, actually, I haven't saved it since I last opened it. V2. So we can compare. That's gonna be fun. Thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you in the next live stream. Have a good night.